No, you're compromising your own situation. I'm doing nothing. I have a First Amendment as news purposes. I have a First Amendment right. Sir, please, hey, sir.
I'm actually not trespassing. I'm standing on a meter. This dumbass. Sicko where I'm standing, you guys.
Welcome to US Bad Cops. Today we're showcasing 5 of the worst police officers ever caught on camera. These shocking incidents will make you question the integrity of those in uniform. Like, share, and comment your thoughts below. If you like this video, press 1. Justin saw several men in combat gear a few houses away from his own home. Curious about their military equipment, which was more advanced than what he had during his deployment in Iraq, he began filming them.
Stay down there, don't interfere, I'm recording.
For your safety.
I understand, I'm 52.
What's that?
I said, I understand, I'm 52 years old.
That's fine, just for your safety.
I don't need directives, bud. Go back to your own private property.
No, that's fine.
Please step back.
So you're putting yourself at risk, you understand?
I'm 52.
I don't care how old
I made
you
it
are.
this far. I'm
Okay,
good. I'm
sounds
good.
good.
I don't need your directives. Thanks, though. Be safe. You're good. You're well protected. Broke my shit.
Go back inside.
You just broke my shit.
Go back inside.
You just broke. What's your name?
Get back
Your name?
inside.
Your name? Sir, are you police? Who are you? I want your name. I want your
We'll handle
name.
this later. Please go back in your house.
I am fine here on
Please
my
go back
perch.
in yourself.
I have
Stay
every
on
right
your
to be
porch.
here.
Stay
You don't
on
have a
your
right to
porch.
tell me where I can stay. You don't have that f***ing right. With all due respect, I am on private property and you just trespass. I want your name. You just f***ed up, dude. You have no right to treat me like that. This ain't Germany. You're supposed to protect my rights, not violate them. The f you think you are? Your camera on? Is your video camera on? I want your name and rank, everything, your ID, everything from you, boy. Come up here, put your hands on me. That's assault. Did nothing. 52 years old. I don't need you coming up here telling me how to be. With all due respect. You just broke my too. How dare you? You're supposed to protect my rights, not violate them. This is the disconnect, buddy. This is where it comes from. Your bully tactics. You had no right. How dare you? Staying on this porch because of threat of arrest from you. You compromised your situation. You did.
In Pennsylvania, unidentified state police officers are worried their location might be compromised, despite loud noises from sirens and explosions. Their casual demeanor, with hands in pockets and weapons slung, seems to show no urgency. A man enters the scene without being told to leave or film, and an officer later confiscates his camera, breaking the selfie stick. Although the officer who took the camera is not identified, the filming continues as more officers and neighbors arrive. Another resident manages to record some of the arrest.
I'm not your threat. Your one buddy down there, he's the threat. You guy just come up here and put his hands on me.
What's that?
One cop come up here, broke my put his hands on me. Got him coming out the back now. Huh? For filming.
No, what are they doing?
I don't know. They're raiding something. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I need you to step back. Can you guys back up? You're in the scene. See that?
Then you need to put up tape, bud. You know the rules. Yes, you need to put up tape. And I'm on my property. I want your name and ID too.
Corporal
This guy,
Matthews,
I need
Get in your
corporal
house.
ID, sir. Sir, I have every right. I have back issues.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm telling you, you need to get inside for your safety, and you're not listening.
I am 52 years old. Take this out of my hand. I don't want to be trying for using it for anything. I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat. I'm just videotaping. That's all I'm doing. And I have a right. I have a right. And this gentleman here, I need his ID. I have a right. I have a right for this. I have a right to do this. It's the First Amendment right. You guys are supposed to be protecting this right.
No, she said behind the sign, then this other cop said behind here, so I did.
Follow up and get me out.
I'm legal, right? I'm legal.
Yes, I'm legal.
I mean, you don't want Trump to, like, haul me away from detention. So look at this guy on my street. Holy I don't care about you. You're not sexy anymore. This guy's sexy. Look at this Holy dude, is he gonna, like, take over America and
I'm the president. I have every right to.
The area where they were standing used to be called the danger zone. Now, Justin is handcuffed there. The two men filming were arrested for disorderly conduct and excessive noise. Justin contested the charges in court on April 8, 2021, but found out the local police chief is married to the judge on his case. Despite his efforts to challenge this, Justin was convicted. He's appealed and sought body cam footage but hasn't gotten any responses. It seems he was assaulted and arrested for filming and speaking loudly. In my view, the officers violated his rights, and Susan Day should recuse herself from law enforcement-related cases.
If you're not up to any, no good, there's no
I
problem.
don't know what's going on. Why is
they
this
don't have
turning into
permission.
this?
I don't know.
Because of his behavior back here.
Why? Because he's videotaping
This is
you?
a routine traffic stop, and I don't know what.
What are you afraid of?
He said he's telling you that he is recording
Okay,
you.
but listen to me. Just
On
please.
January 1st, 2016, the video shows officers from the St. Paul Police Department in Minnesota. Officer Hector Mena, who joined the department in January 2013 and became a patrol officer in September 2014, appears in the video. Therefore, it was likely filmed between late 2014 and January 2016. While the driver and passenger's identities aren't known, they seem to be from St. Paul.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, when I was looking down, I looked up and I was like going right through the light.
Is there a reason he's pointing his cell phone at me like that?
What do you mean?
I got my cell phone out.
Huh?
Is there a reason you're pointing your cell phone
Yep,
at
for
me?
my safety and your safety.
Well, you're being recorded right now. You have
Okay,
nothing to
that's
fear.
good.
I'm not here to hurt you.
All right, good. Thank
So-
you.
But I'm asking you for my safety. Please put your phone down.
For your safety,
Yes,
put my
you
phone
need to
down.
Put your phone down, please. Just set it down on the seat.
Set it down on the seat.
Yes.
Like that? That good?
I want you to set it down face up. I want to make sure you're not calling more people over here that will compromise my safety. Okay, set it down face up. Face up. I want to see the screen the whole time because I want to make sure you're not calling people here.
It's gonna be like this. It's fine like that. Thank you.
369, can I get one more card, please? If you continue not to listen to me, I'm going to have to take you out of the car.
Hey,
That'll be illegal.
please,
No, it won't.
can you
Yes,
please-
it would be.
In traffic stops, officers ask questions like, "Do you know why I stopped you?" to potentially get admissions of wrongdoing. It's wise to respond minimally to avoid self-incrimination. In a Maryland case, a trooper found drugs on a passenger during a stop, and the Supreme Court upheld the officer's right to order passengers out of the vehicle for safety. However, the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches, and seizing a passenger's phone typically requires a valid reason. In a related case, confusion over recording laws led to wrongful restrictions, though policies generally support the right to record public interactions with police.
He has nothing to do with this. He's
How
just
many?
sitting here.
It's on the news. It's on the news.
Okay, can we
Who
just
got shot today? I don't know.
Go?
Right, nobody.
Can
Well,
we please?
I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it that way.
We're just trying to do a job, bro. And
Okay.
Can you guys relax?
I'm gonna need.
He's not.
Nobody's-
I'm gonna need the badge numbers of everyone.
I've been very
And the
I
names.
know, and he's not being disrespectful to you either. He's saying that he wants to record.
Right, you see the red light?
And
No.
both of us are recording this entire incident.
Can I turn around and look?
Go ahead, man.
That's saying that.
This is so annoying. This is exactly
No.
what people are
That's a
talking
camera.
about.
Okay.
out here to hurt you.
What's that?
No one is out here to hurt you.
Okay, and I wanna. Is there a problem with me filming?
He
But
just
why is
explained
this
why
issue
he
with
wants
him
you filming.
filming it? It's not illegal. You
It's-
just said
but
it's
it's
not
not illegal.
illegal.
Incoming call.
You
Press
just said it's
Ethernet
not
phone
illegal.
button
So why
to
does it
answer.
matter?
I'm not calling anyone. You can see that. You can see
We're
that
gonna
too.
work out right here.
Look, I'm not calling anyone.
I don't have a clue how your phone works, bro. I
This is Galaxy S6
don't have a
Edge.
Galaxy X6. All right, man. I don't have that.
This is a video function.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's great. You don't know how your
God.
phone
You can
works.
stream video. That's
Right?
what
You
he's
can make
trying
up
to
an app.
explain.
Hey, you can make up an app, right?
Okay.
You know how technology works, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What's
Can
your
we
name?
Please just go.
Officer Menacarion, it's right there.
And badge number?
371.
Your name and badge number?
I'll give you my card when we're done with the
Okay,
traffic stop,
I appreciate
as you've
it.
asked. Okay?
They were supposed to send my license plate in the mail.
Making a
3
big deal
weeks
about
ago,
this
or
song.
3 weeks after I got
Those are
the
you.
car, and they never gave it to
Well,
me.
this is my right.
And I was
I'm gonna
just
protect my
supposed to
rights,
go
sir.
yesterday, but I had
I'm just
to go
letting you
to
know,
work.
man. You're clearly misinformed.
Because we don't
Exactly.
get this much resistance from people. on
Resistance.
traffic
It's
stop.
suspicious.
That's unusual.
That's
It's
suspicious,
suspicious
huh?
because he wants to videotape you?
No, it's suspicious the amount of resistance that we're getting at a normal traffic stop.
Oh my God.
If I was up to no good, I wouldn't tape it.
Babe,
That's
can we
common
please
sense.
just-
Like I explained to you, so no
Okay.
one is out here to hurt you. We're
Okay,
just trying
thank
to
you.
look out for our own safety.
Appreciate it.
Nobody's
Thank
trying to attack you guys.
you. Okay.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well,
So it's illegal for me to hold my
You
phone?
guys are watching the same news that we're watching, and I understand.
Yeah,
where
we're
I
watching the
understand where
same
you're
news that
coming from.
you're watching, and if we want to videotape, that's our right.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but that's.
He's not going to send it to anybody. He's just making sure for his safety nothing happens to
I
him.
have no reason
And
to
if something
believe- I have
does
no
happen to him,
reason
he'll
to
have the
believe
video.
that. I have just met you just now. I have no reason to believe that. I have no.
Hey, babe.
I have no
Just,
clue where your
just stop talking to them.
Right?
We don't have to talk to
Is
them.
that true?
We don't have to talk.
Okay.
Phone down so he can tell us. He can let
Yeah,
us go.
can you
He
just
said
put your
that-
phone down,
He
please?
said he'll let us go after.
You don't have to quit recording. You can just put
It's
your
down.
phone down.
During a St. Paul traffic stop, a passenger filmed the interaction, despite the officer's attempts to stop the recording. The vehicle was eventually allowed to leave without a ticket. The St. Paul Police Department faced criticism for restricting recording rights and misunderstanding the First Amendment. The driver and passengers were praised for calmly asserting their rights, while the recording passenger was lauded for continuing to film despite threats. The incident highlights the need to balance asserting rights with cooperating with law enforcement.
Yes, sir. We're literally home. This is literally where we live. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Face me. Okay. I need to step over there, please.
On 2019, Jessica was driving when Officer Surratt pulled her over.
Hi.
Evening, Officer Surratt, Baytown Police.
Yes, sir.
All
How are
right.
you?
The reason you're stopped today, sir, is because as you came on to Rollingbrook from Decker Drive, you have to signal within 100 feet of your turn. Secondly, is several times from the time you're on 330 to the time you're here now, you've driven outside of your lane across solid white and solid yellow lines. You have your driver's license, proof of insurance, sir?
Do you need both of ours? I'm the manager of this facility.
Okay. Well, I need to see your ID too, but his license and insurance for sure.
Please stop shining that down my dress.
Nobody's shining anything down your dress. The insurance on the car too? Is it on your phone? If it's on your phone, I'll check it on the computer. If I can't
It's
find
on
it
the
over
phone,
there.
Yeah.
If I can't find it on the computer, ma'am, just so you know, for the most part, unless I ask you a question directly, I'm talking to the driver of the vehicle,
Okay,
okay?
this is my car.
Okay.
I can show you the insurance. Do you need it?
I'm going to check it on the computer. If I can't find it there, then I will get it
will.
from you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir, where are you coming from?
We're coming from downtown.
Hey, sir, do you speak English?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you talk to me whenever I ask you questions, is that okay? All right, so where do you come from? All right, from Houston?
Yes, sir.
Where are you headed to?
Here.
Right here to the storage unit?
This is where I live.
You live in the storage unit?
Yes. I'm the manager on property.
Okay. Y'all have like a apartment on the property or something like
It's
that?
upstairs.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that they did that anymore.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where do you live at, man?
We both live here.
Oh, y'all both live here?
We're here, yes.
Okay,
This
cool.
is our house.
All right. Just so you know, whenever the lights turn on, you got to try and stop a little bit quicker, okay? Because whenever you drove from Emmett Hutto to here, that's a little ways to go. I do appreciate that you turn on your flashers, though. Anyway, do y'all have anything illegal in the car? Any weapons or drugs or anything like that? Okay.
In a traffic stop in Texas, Jessica was not legally required to show ID as a passenger unless there was a specific reason, such as a seatbelt violation. Despite this, she complied by answering questions because the car was hers. Officer Sims, who failed to activate his body camera, and Officer Zett, who arrested the driver for DUI and a suspended license, were involved in the incident. Jessica began recording on her phone, but the officer's actions were captured on their body cameras. Despite not being intoxicated, Jessica was arrested for public intoxication near her home. The officers searched her car, took her to jail for a strip search and fingerprinting, and impounded her vehicle.
So y'all come from downtown Houston and you're coming right here to your house? Did you have anything to drink tonight?
45 feet from my house.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes.
I said, did you have anything to drink tonight?
No.
Okay.
45 feet.
That's not relevant to what I'm asking.
No.
Okay. There we go. Did you use any illegal drugs today?
Never in my life.
Do you take any prescription medications? Are you supposed to take any prescriptions for anything?
No.
Not that you know. Okay. All right. Is there anything illegal in the car right now? Any weapons or drugs?
No, sir.
Would you mind if I looked in it?
If you had a reason to search my vehicle, yes. If you do not, no.
So what is it? Yes or no?
If you have a reason to search my vehicle, other than your suspicions, yes. If you do not have any reasons to search my vehicle, no.
Okay.
I have not been pulled over for any illegal substances, never been tested for any illegal substances in my entire life. So if you do not have a reason to search my vehicle or to search my person, no, sir.
All right, no problem.
I would like to go home.
Did you just get off of work, or
It doesn't. Did I just get off of work?
that's a very simple question? Is there a reason you don't understand it?
No.
Okay.
I did not get just recently.
Were y'all?
I do live right 45 feet away.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Like I said, I didn't know that y'all had an apartment here. That's neat.
Yeah.
So anyways, you said that y'all were downtown. Were y'all like on a date or something?
Good.
So I'm gonna get you to step over here with me for just a second. Right there on the beam of my light, please. All right, put your feet together like this.
Is this a field sobriety test?
Yes, sir, it
I
is.
am not intoxicated.
All right, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Love, please,
Okay,
no, please go ahead. Sir, he literally just said.
He refused, so you take him in. And if he would just do it, trying to beat the dead horse, I mean, we wouldn't be going this far.
I have no reasons for being intoxicated. I have no.
If only it were that easy, sir. If I could just take your word for it, then that would be awesome. Come on.
I'm gonna say for the camera.
Multiple. Meaning you mean the one time.
Oh, yeah, I heard him over there. Multiple opportunities he refused. So by law, we can place him in custody for DWI suspicion and get him tested. Because a lot of times when these videos go out, I mean, they cut all the story out. So
Well, I've been filming since we've,
No, we have to. I'm just gonna give the facts.
You said that he had ineligible.
Oh, that's why they're acting like that. Good no driver's license.
He has a driver's license.
Well, we just confirmed.
What was his license ineligible for? Just wondering.
It's not valid.
Sir, can I get your
Can I see your
badge
phone?
number?
Yeah, can I see your phone for a
Can I
second,
get your
please?
badge number? No, you can't. Can
Well, I
get your
don't want
badge
you to
number?
drop it when I arrest you. So could you please?
Drop it? Excuse me? Oh my god, what the what?
Did you like how I was like, let me see your phone real quick?
That was good.
She was like, why? I said, I don't want you to drop it when I arrest you.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm genuinely trying to be considerate, dude. I've seen situations where phones get broken, and I don't.
I was trying to narrate you to be a racist cop, so I stepped in and told the public the real story. What's going on?
Back, dude. Freaking. The news media is everywhere, man.
Oh, I know.
It's in everybody's pocket.
You gonna leave my car on?
No, ma'am, it's gonna get towed here in just a minute.
I'm home. Why are you towing my car?
Because it can't get moved right this second because y'all are going to jail.
Please stay there.
Okay, well, ma'am, our policy is that we always tow vehicles after arrest so that we can't just leave it there and it gets broken into and then it's on us. I'm sorry, if I could do anything differently, I'd tell you what I would, but it's a policy thing.
Jessica sued the police for arresting her in retaliation for her free speech. Initially, the city's claims were dismissed, but the officers sought immunity. The court granted immunity on some claims, but not for excessive force. In April 2022, a higher court reversed the dismissal and ordered Jessica to pay appeal costs. The officers also wrongfully arrested and assaulted others, leading to dismissed charges and a ban from Texas law enforcement.
Relax. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to slam you, okay? Just let me look at your wrists, okay?
On October 5th, 2020, news about an incident quickly spread. I decided to wait for more updates. Since then, the case has continued, and many developments have occurred at the San Angelo Police Department got a report of a drunk person causing disruptions in a Walmart parking lot.
Nobody in the store has seen him or even know what he really looks like. You
didn't see a guy with a 3-year-old in there?
I'll go back in there.
All right.
But, I mean, nobody in the store was really helpful.
Hey, man, can I talk to you for a minute? Y'all can go on through. Have you been talking to anybody around here? Talking to... Oh, we've got calls that someone's out here harassing people, and they may be drunk. You haven't had anything to drink tonight, nothing like that? Nothing? You blowing your face? No, I'm good. So you haven't had anything to drink today, nothing like that? You just getting off work or something? No. Left home, came to the grocery store. Okay. What's your name, bro? Huh? What's your name? Jack. Huh? Jack. Jack? Jack what? Does it matter? Okay. Yeah, it does. It does matter. You got to use that to put on like verify who you are? No. You have any idea on you are? I do, but I don't have to get an ID. Just to verify who you are. What good is it going to do? A lot of times, what good is it going to do to verify who I am? Because sometimes people like to tell people like Bible code. Okay? Truly, I want to verify who you are. Go back to your day, red line right there, and we'll be done. That easy, that simple, man. My partner's explained everything to you. Okay.
And I want to ID. Is he refusing to ID?
Yeah.
Okay, bud. This is an intoxicated subject call. Okay. So, this is what's probably going to happen if it hasn't been explained to you already. Unless you identify yourself for this legal investigation, you're going to be arrested for failure to ID. Listen to me. And then we're going to call CPS to come pick up your kid.
Okay, so now you're threatening
So,
to take my kid.
what's your ID?
You're threatening to take my
What's
kid.
your identification?
What's your name, dude?
Can I talk? I mean, y'all work.
You have one thing to respond with right now, and that's to identify yourself.
I didn't tell you unless you didn't walk here and we just arrested. Go ahead.
Jack, who was 5'6" and wearing pajamas, was mistaken for a suspect described as 5'9" with curly hair and casual clothing. Officers mistakenly arrested Jack after he refused to show ID, despite not being required to under Texas law. He was subjected to excessive force and an unlawful search. Although Sergeant Holt later resolved the situation and released Jack, Officer Francis continued to show disrespect and misunderstood the law. Jack's personal information was posted on the department's Facebook, but removed after 36 hours. Following a complaint, Officers Francis and Weber received disciplinary action, but Francis admitted to misapplying the law, yet still failed to properly articulate it.
I'm gonna walk him out. All right.
Oh. Okay, baby. Walk me, please. Not right now.
Daddy's okay. He's just gonna talk to them. Mama's at her house, I guess.
She is.
Did y'all talk? She's coming?
I don't know. We haven't found that out yet.
Okay. I was just trying to calm the baby.
Come over here. All right, over here.
You on the phone?
Can I call Mom to get my shit? You on the phone? We'll deal with that in a little bit.
I'll deal with that in a little bit. He's
Have a
free.
seat.
And
Have a
he's
seat.
free.
Relax. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to slam you. Okay? Just let me look at your wrists. Okay? That's all I'm doing. Turn your hand. Is yours or mine?
Never mind.
Yours. All right. Miss Miller, after talking with our sergeant, you got your stuff out of the way. You have a misunderstanding and interpretation of the law.
I'll try to.
Okay. You let me finish, please.
I'll try to explain. I need to get back to my son.
Okay, your son is fixing to come out of my office.
Okay, well,
What's going to happen is that.
I don't have okay, well, is there anything I have to do from here on?
No, I was going to let you know there's going to be a report document everything.
If it's a lawful detention?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's your understanding, just so I'm clear, just what is your understanding if you have somebody detained and they don't want to give you the name?
If they don't want to give his name at that point, that's when I would go to effect arrest. But
And you spent time reviewing that lawsuit, so?
I haven't looked at it recently. I've looked at it probably first few days and weeks after it.
Well, that would be not correct.
Officer Weber's and Mayberry's interviews, as well as the arrest footage, are linked below. Jack has sued the 3 officers for wrongful arrest and violation of his Fourth Amendment rights.
I'm actually not trespassing. I'm standing on a meter. This dumbass. Sicko where I'm standing, you guys.
In Mesa Police Department, which has been criticized for hypocrisy and lawlessness. Previously, the department was seen conducting traffic stops, with several vehicles having expired registrations. Now, they're shown arresting a man for recording, claiming he was trespassing, even though he was on a public sidewalk and easement.
I have actual work.
I'm actually not trespassing. I'm standing on a meter. This dumbass. Sicko where I'm standing, you guys. Says I'm trespassing. Says I'm trespassing right here. Morning, Cobra, M-Star. That's Palmer. So I've already been threatened with trespassing right now. This idiot said I was trespassing by standing right here. Ain't been here 2 seconds. Wouldn't that be crazy if you could get arrested for trespassing just off the sidewalk? It's not that crazy because you can. This idiot will probably do it. Go ahead. I'm showered and ate up. What I'm doing is actually staying off the sidewalk so I'm not blocking it. That's Palmer right there, you guys. Oh, I know. Yeah, see, the private property sign is over there. I'd have to go on the other side of that. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Loser. You can't be trespassing on utilities, you moron. This is what dumb cops do, though. They threaten you. You don't like my anonymous mask? So this looks like you might want to arrest me right now, folks. Just FYI. I'm going to eat this one because I'm standing where I'm allowed to be standing, so. This will be a great lawsuit. What do you think the property line is for here? You think that these utilities are the property line? You think he's sitting on their property, or is he still on public property right there? He's trying to get approval to arrest me right now. How much you want to bet? This is my positioning. This is the sidewalk. He wants to arrest me so bad. Go see if Palmer's Cad's open. For what?
In Arizona, there are 4 trespass laws: first-degree criminal trespass, a felony; second-degree criminal trespass, a misdemeanor; another form of second-degree criminal trespass, also a misdemeanor; and third-degree criminal trespass, a misdemeanor. The relevant one in this case appears to be third-degree criminal trespass. This occurs when someone unlawfully enters or stays on property after being asked to leave by the owner or someone with control over the property. However, in this situation, the person never entered the business property, and the owner never asked him to leave. Thanks for watching our video. For more shocking content and updates, subscribe to US Bad Cops. Stay informed and stay safe.